Welcome. Welcome, one and all. Down here, up there, out there, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Ladies and gentlemen, can you feel that? Can you feel the vibe? It's electric in here. You can feel the energy in this room because these folks are still high from the No Kings rally this weekend. That was beautiful. Yeah. It's a beautiful sight to see. On Saturday, 7 million people turned out in over 2,700 events in all 50 states. There were absolutely massive crowds in Chicago, Illinois, in Los Angeles, in Boston, Atlanta, Minneapolis, and right here in New York, New York. We know, you know New Yorkers are pissed when they voluntarily come to Times Square on a weekend. Rub elbows with the Elmos. Of course, the far-left loons were out and proud in all the bastions of liberal anarchy. Lee's Summit, Missouri, Sarasota, Florida, Plano, Texas, Mount Vernon, Iowa, Leesburg, Virginia, and Pocatello, Idaho. Even the people in Idaho turned out on Saturday to tell Trump, no, Udaho. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Peabody, please. Now, going into these peaceful marches, Republican warned us about who would show up.
The Antifa crowd and the pro-Hamas crowd and the Marxists, they're all going to gather on the mall.
The terrorist wing of their party.
The I Hate America and I Want to Be a Marxist rally coming up.
The farthest left, the hardest core, the most unhinged in the Democratic Party.
Yes, the hardest, hingeless terror car of the Marxist hate fajitas. At the D.C. rally, Bernie Sanders took a little issue with that description.
Millions of Americans are coming out today not because they hate America. We're here because we love America.
This is true. We are here. We're here today. We're here because we love America, especially this time of year when it gets a little cold. You can warm up with a hot, steaming bowl of America. I'm sorry, I was thinking about soup, but America, still good too. And our Constitution, the Constitution clearly states 1 medium onion chopped, 4 cups of chicken stock. Oh, soup again. I was on the soup. Now, the protests. The protests were loaded with all kinds of great animal costumes like inflatable cows, inflatable penguins and giraffes, inflatable unicorns, inflatable mice. Take a look at these creatures and one dancing poop doing the Macarena. It's fun. That's fun, but I gotta say, the Macarena is a very, very difficult dance for the T-Rex. Primarily an actor. I'm really an actor. Studied many years of mime. This costume fad, it started in Portland, right? With the frog? Portland in the house! This costume fad started out in Portland with one frog, and now frogs have become a symbol of resistance at No Kings. That's nice. I like little froggies. Frogs are important. Of course, not the first time amphibians have been at the forefront of social justice. Remember Woody Guthrie's famous protest anthem?
Ribbit, 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 I'm a frog.
They don't write them like that anymore.
It really stays with you. Timeless.
Right there.
Timeless.
There are also millions of great homemade signs like missing elected Republicans with a spine. Kristi Noem is like a box of chocolates. They'll both kill your dog. A man carrying a box containing the Epstein files, and even one elderly woman calling herself Grantifa. And you know, Grantifa, you gotta have Grantifa.
Gotta have Grantifa at the cookout.
Because when democracy calls, Grantifa is there to answer because she's still got a landline for some reason. By the way, democracy, you could call more often. One person who did not like the message of no kings was Donald Trump. He was subtle. He was subtle in his criticism. To prove that he's not a monarch, on Saturday night, he posted this AI video of himself wearing a crown, flying a jet, and strafing New York City with feces. Now, a warning. If you have not seen this video that he posted might be upsetting to sensitive viewers who do not like watching the President of the United States carpet pooping his own citizens. Yvonne? There it is, King Trump crapping on America, which is insane, though I will grant, factually accurate. I want to take a second here to thank CBS for letting us show that video on television because some networks are not showing that video because it's so disturbing. There's rational reasons to not show that video. But I think we're way beyond rationality at this point. So thank you, CBS. Thank you. There's so many disturbing things about this video. Number one, the number two. Second, eat a vegetable, baby. Throwing a handful of flax seeds in your milkshake, you got a real problem. Come on. This video was vile and violent and only proves the point of the No Kings March even more. What decent Democratic leader would ever post a video of themselves on peaceful protesters? He is a one-man hate march. I mean, does he have a late night show we can cancel? This video is so terrible, you'd have to be an absolute idiot and a moral reprobate to defend it. Mike Johnson?
Speaker Johnson, you say that the Democrats had a Hate America rally, but what does it say that the President of the United States over the weekend released a video of him pooping on the American people?
The president uses social media to make the point. You can argue he's probably the most effective person who's ever used social media for that. He is using satire to make a point.
Ah, yes. Oh, yes, my friends. 'Tis naught but satire. Much like Jonathan Swift's classic essay skewering the British treatment of Ireland's poor, a modest proposal. On Friday, we're done with that? Are we done? Almost. On Friday, Trump made a shocking announcement about disgraced former New York congressman and dad realizing his son is barely in the school production of Into the Woods. George Santos. Last year, the former congressman pleaded guilty to multiple counts of wire fraud and identity theft and was sentenced to 7 years in prison. But defying all logic, King Not a King arbitrarily commuted Santos' sentence and released him from prison after he served just 84 days, making Santos just the next pile of crap Trump is dropping on New York. And let's be clear, Santos is no small-time crook. He admitted to deceiving donors and stealing the identities of 11 people, including his own family members. if those are his real family members, because I heard they had their identity stolen. Trump posted his royal decree declaring, George Santos was somewhat of a rogue, but there are many rogues throughout our country that aren't forced to serve 7 years in prison. He's not a rogue. He's a criminal. Jack the Ripper, something of a rapscallion. But there are many rippers out there, folks, and since when is it a crime to love your big, beautiful knife? You know what they say? Happy knife, happy life. Not for you, because of the knife. Santos had been in one of those cushy prisons, but that didn't stop him from pretending that he's the victim here. He kept a diary where he wrote, wearing a fluorescent yellow jumpsuit that made me feel like a caution sign in human form. That image, me, hollow-eyed, clad in state-issued polyester, hit me like a punch to the gut. Yes. Yes, that is the worst part of being in prison, the fashion. Who can forget Nelson Mandela's memoir, Long Walk to Nordstrom? We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are Jeremy Renner and Karine Jean-Pierre. But when we come back, Melania Trump will join us. Stick around.